we're gonna part this old Cub out. You can see she's a little beat up. We got a broken frame in the front. We got a broken frame in the rear. We're gonna pull this Cub, this little tractor of ours, in the garage. I'm gonna start parting it out. So this video, we're just gonna part the tractor out, and we're gonna keep it a little secret where we're gonna be putting this motor. So let's get this tractor in the garage and see what it takes to take it apart. Most of the front end ripped apart on this little Cub. Before I pull the motor, I want to start this. And before I start this, without the muffler, because it might sound kind of cool. Before I do that, I want to give you a little history on this tractor if you're new to the channel and don't know the abuse this little tractor has taken. So let me give you a quick walk around. We will start in the back because this is where it all started. We beefed the back of this hitch up, the factory hitch, double plated it, and hung a engine hoist off the back of this tractor. We use it around the house to do yard work, you know, to pick up heavy things like an axle, which ended up breaking this tractor and this hitch. It broke the pins off the back of the tractor and bent the whole frame of the tractor a little bit, so we ditched that idea. So therefore we had a hitch in the front and we're pulling trailers around. Bent the frame on the front of this tractor. The frame was already bent. It had some issues when we first got this tractor. The steering on this has always been kind of jacked. It's because there's a little section in the front of this frame that is just beat up, bent. So therefore I kind of just welded it and it made it a little bit better. Did some tie rod adjustments, but the front end has always been kind of trash. So my first thought was to put an ATV arms suspension in the front of this tractor. I thought that would be kind of cool to make it mud mower, but I believe you're gonna like this idea a lot better, which I'm gonna try to keep a secret until you see this motor going into the project that I'm thinking of. And the reason I'm not junking this tractor out is because this motor is supposedly new. Well, newer. It's been rock solid ever since we've had this tractor. The transaxle in the rear, I plan on parting it out. Maybe we can make some money off that transaxle. But for the motor, it's been good to us. It's a 24 horse, and I think it'll be suitable for the idea we have for the future of this motor. So let's fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. How'd you guys like that little flame show? All right, let's pull this motor. Well, we got the tins off the tractor. We got the fuel tank out, and now this little guy said, "Daddy, I want to snuggle." So he's getting a little tired. So that is a wrap for tonight. We will finish this up tomorrow and hopefully pull that motor. Well, with a little bit of help from my little mini mechanic, we got this motor out. And we have a vertical frame, which leads me to this. My question to you guys, if anyone knows, can I run this motor, this Briggs & Stratton, can I run it this way, horizontal, instead of vertical? So this is a call out to any of you tractor pros or guys that worked with these motors before. I'm thinking about using this motor horizontal instead of vertical. So I'm thinking I could run the motor this way. I've seen some guys run the smaller motors horizontally, so you have the horizontal shaft coming. I just have to change the drain plug. The filler is down here, which I'm surprised it's not leaking out of that dipstick tube. Anyways, so that's what's kind of leading me towards, can I change that dipstick tube and relocate the drain plug, and would the motor run this way? Because that's the way I want to run it. If I can't run it that way, I have to buy right-hand gearbox so I can run to an axle that I want to run to. So I'm gonna have to do some research on this and see if I can run the motor this way. You don't want to buy one of those right angle gearboxes because they're anywhere from $120 to $500. I'm not looking to spend that kind of money on this project. Now that we have the frame tipped up, you can really see how bad the frame is bent. Yeah, pretty bad. And this front axle is loose. That plate comes separate from here, and that's kind of why I initially welded that, because this was loosey-goosey too much. And down here by the transaxle, you can really see where we initially bent it on that trailer hitch for everything hoist, which, you know, was our engine hoist that we mounted on a tractor. But I'm not giving up on that idea, because this new motor, we're gonna build something. You can guess in the comments below. We'll take all guesses. It'll be actually kind of exciting to see what you guys have to say, what we might put that motor in. So the only thing we have left is to pull that transaxle and ditch that frame. And I'm gonna keep all the pieces off of this. I'm keeping all the bolts, the nuts, might take that front axle off there. Gonna resell that transaxle. Already sold the seat. So we've already made money off this project. It's all coming together. So let's get to work on taking that axle out and close this video out for you guys. I have to show you guys the front end here. We got the axle out, and I want to show you what was the cause of my bad steering on this frame. It's hard to tell on camera, but this whole piece is broke, this collar, and same here. So there was so much play in here, and that's why I welded this back together, you know, these panels to try to hold the axle in there, these two pieces. But I didn't know it was all broke inside this collar. That's the backstory on my bad steering. Those collars broke, but I would have had to take the whole motor off to fix this the right way, or to even find what was going on, instead of welding on the side there to hold this plate and sandwich that axle in. All right, let's move on to the transaxle. Have a tractor in pieces. Got the transaxle out, got the frame all stripped down, good enough. The rest of it can hit the junkyard, and we got the motor. So that's a wrap on this video. Hopefully I can do some research and figure out if I can run that motor horizontally instead of vertical, so I didn't have to purchase that right angle gearbox. I'm not sure when the next video will come out for this tractor and where the motor's going, and if we can put it where I want to put it. But until then, make sure you like, subscribe, so you can keep up on all the shenanigans we do on the channel. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time. Roar!